You've affirmed DoorDash Chick-fil-A.
I just get so inspired by influencers. Like I get inspired by Disney influencers.
What do you do for a living?
I'm actually one of the co-owners of a gold mine in Uganda.
Okay, so today we're going to be taking a look at some of Caleb's guests on the financial audit. So buckle up for some of the craziest financial decisions you've ever heard. Some of these are honestly just insane. We have a ton of clips to go over today, along with comments from you guys from previous videos. So if you want to be featured on a future video, leave in the comments down below. But let's not waste any more time. We'll just jump right into it.
You've affirmed DoorDash Chick-fil-A. We knew it would happen in the show. I knew it would. Oh, it only took what, a month? What, a month since I was announced? What the Here we go. Here it is. Are you kidding me?
It was like
Why?
$40. Why the would I pay $40
What is wrong with
in
you?
one payment? I could split it into
Why
four.
would you pay $40 when you make no money?
I do. I do make money.
You live with parents. That's why it's able to stretch a little further. But if living with parents, at least pay for it in full. Or how about better yet, pay off your $45,000 of debt so you can move on with your life. So you can move to another city. Good luck. Like you can't affirm DoorDashing Chick-fil-A. You cannot affirm it. Why?
Why not?
I knew this would happen. And of course you're going to be paying interest on it. Oh, we're not affirming DoorDash, guys. Come on.
So I'm honestly surprised that he didn't see guests doing it as soon as it came out. But not only are you too lazy to go pick up fast food, you have to have it delivered by somebody, but you can't even pay that in full. We'll do the 4 or 6 installments on $40 worth of Chick-fil-A. Just seeing how much money you could possibly waste on one fast food meal. We could take a look at some of the comments. Living with your parents and still needing to affirm DoorDash is literally insane. The money should absolutely be there. Most people's largest expense, rent or mortgage, is being covered by the parents, and you still decide to use installment loans. Those payment apps are meant for traveling and clothes. That's insane. Well, they shouldn't really be used for those either, even though we see it constantly on this channel. Not being able to afford a cruise or plane tickets, any vacation whatsoever. But people are still taking out loans along with clothing, so much so that this user actually thinks it's okay to use in these situations. And you wonder why credit card debt is ever increasing. Why are people allowed to make multiple payments for fast food? Why is this a thing? So these companies can make money off of the interest. 4 payments plus interest for chicken nuggets. We had to start off the video with that one, but we have a comment from one of you guys. I had a coworker tell me I'm waiting for payday to buy that watch because my credit cards are all at the limit. When I laughed and asked him what he's doing about those credit cards, he said, "Oh, I could always file for bankruptcy. You worry too much." Some people are almost a lost hope. This is the exact type of person who would file for bankruptcy, screw their financial life up for the next 7 years, and most likely get into a whole bunch of bad debt yet again.
You spent $12,000. You can't spend that much on groceries.
Not to be that vegan, that's like, I'm vegan, but like, it's more expensive. That was totally valid for me to bring it up, first of all. I wasn't just being annoying about it.
Well, you can't afford it. It's literally not. No. Like, you can't afford it.
No, like, we can. If we just are smarter about it.
No. I want to be clear.
Beans are cheap.
Sure, but you cannot afford your current version of veganism.
No. We'll buy beans.
How long have you guys been vegan? Is that why hasn't grown past 5'3"? Oh.
I don't understand her reasoning at all. The top comment talks about it as well. Beans are cheap, so you bought $12,000 worth? How does that make any sense? I don't get it. $12,000 a month worth of any groceries. I don't think I really have to tell you how absurd that is. Another comment, I know plenty of vegans who live in poverty. You just need to be smart with brand choices and food choice. They're probably buying expensive vegan options. I mean, it has to be 10 steps further than even that. Who's spending almost $150,000 a year on groceries? Even if you have a large family to take care of, that would be pretty impressive to do. So not surprising something fishy is going on with one of these guests who's terrible with money, in a whole bunch of debt, and not being truthful on what they're actually spending it on. Another comment from one of you guys, the fact that some people can't fathom the middle ground between a little treat and spending $10,000 on Squishmallows is baffling to me. Buying 1 or 2 is not the problem at all, but spending multiple rent or mortgage payments on them is a massive issue. Well, we have a perfect example with the next clip.
How much is your rent?
$450.
You can't pay $450 in rent? That's so cheap. That's like nothing rent-wise.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap in Everett, Pennsylvania.
So why aren't you paying it?
I collect anime figures, which was a significant amount.
What did you spend on anime figures?
About $1,000 a month.
And what can you sell your anime collection for?
Like 20,000.
Okay, so anime is more important than rent.
Yeah.
He's spending more than double the incredibly low rent, $400. In 2025, people would kill to have that on anime figures when you don't have the means to do so. One of the arguments that I see with a lot of collectors of figures, no matter what niche we're talking about, they'll have a rough estimate of how much their figures would possibly be worth if they sold them all, as if one, they're actually accurate with the market pricing. Week to week, month to month, things change. And if he truly needed that money, it's not like you could list those items on eBay and they'll instantly sell, and boom, there's your $20,000 in cash. It just doesn't work like that. Items take time to sell online, and especially right now with people not having too much expendable income, the sales volume is even slower when it comes to collectibles like that. But we have another comment here. I needed this content in the early 90s. Doing great now, but it would have been so much better. And in my opinion, that's one of the big positives talking about finance or having these types of clips so easily accessible on social media. I know a lot of people love the drama, it's like the new Jerry Springer, but this can be a wake-up call for someone drowning in debt in similar situations, or just not having the financial knowledge in the first place. But if you do watch the financial audit, you know that I had to talk about this clip. This guy's basically falling for a different version of the Nigerian prince email scam from what, decades ago now? We just have to roll the clip.
What do you do for a living?
I'm actually one of the co-owners of a gold mine in Uganda.
What the f is happening?
No, actually, and I could break it down for you too. It makes sense. We talk through it, and by the end of this, you're going to understand and see that this is the way to go.
Co-owner, what's your share?
So my share is 10% in the mine itself and 5% mineral rights of the actual plot of lands that we would take minerals
I'm
from.
sure people are going to be so happy about this, and that is not controversial at all.
They're going to love it, you know, because like I said, there's so much red tape in America. I don't want to do business here anymore. You need to look at emerging economies.
What business have you done?
Yeah, so my longtime friend, he did his ancestry test and found the tribes that he was from in Africa, right? So long story short, we're in Uganda working with one of the mine owners who's a Ugandan guy. So we have this mine there, but we need obviously investments to get the operations going. There's lithium, all kind of other minerals besides gold in there, correct?
Yes, mineral-rich continent.
Exactly.
Is that a proven mine?
Yes, the Chinese actually came like 2 years ago and they did a whole technical report on the mine.
And if it was great, they would be mining.
Yeah, the Chinese wanted to buy for 2 to 3 million. They said no, because that's really undershooting the value of it. If you have lithium.
So you're buying for hire with your huge net worth that is substantial when you're not even paying taxes?
This is a strategy.
Yeah, the strategy.
So you can do consignment, meaning there's other people who have gold in Africa that don't have the money or funds to get it out of the country, right? So that's where we come in. We have the export license, the mineral rights license, all of that to export their gold for them.
Okay.
And so with the profit of that, what we would do is then go ahead and start renting the equipment to do our own mining.
So you have gotten profits from that?
Not yet.
This one gets deeper and deeper into the trenches, and it honestly does not look good. We could go over to the comments. This guy actually made me mad. It was the only episode I had to turn off so far. I think he answered that email from the Prince in Nigeria and is still waiting for his share. As a fraud investigator for a large bank, this is 100% a scam. He probably doesn't have a land lease or has never seen the real lease. That report from the Chinese doesn't exist. These types of arrangements are fake. Real mines, even in America, go bankrupt easily because even the value of gold or minerals does not offset the cost to remove it from the ground. By the end of the episode, he realized he was scammed. I mean, the first clue is him speaking so confidently on a show that's designed for people who make terrible financial decisions. You basically have to know that this does not go well at all. There's even more comments. His business partners ran away with his money immediately. If he's got it all figured out, then why is he on the show? Very good point there. He's married to a Nigerian princess, isn't he? Getting scammed by the Ugandan gold scam in 2025 is wild. I mean, this one was honestly brutal.
He paid for your tummy and arm tuck. It was over $15,000, and then you broke up with him a month after the surgery?
Yeah, from the outside looking in, the timing on that is pretty awful.
At least give him a few months after the surgery he pays for.
Listen, I was sitting in therapy and the light bulb went off and I was like, it's been 7 fucking years since the last time I broke up with him and nothing has changed. Everything is still exactly the same. And I'm not getting any younger, obviously. So I had to get out.
How convenient was that? Shocker that some of the guests on this show who make terrible financial decisions are also pretty terrible people as well. Absolutely no thought in your mind to break up with them before he spent 5 figures on your cosmetic surgery, and then to to add on to it, go on to a show that's seen by hundreds of thousands of people and put online forever. He should sue for his money back. She already wanted to break up with him, but waited out the surgery. The 7 years after the last time they broke up, and it just so happens to be after a big bill. This next one, though, I just feel really bad for their kids.
So your kids know you filmed this in their house?
They just know that I do stuff with my feet. Like
they know the type of content. They know that it's feet content.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And then I sell socks and stuff. Socks.
So you wear socks and they buy this.
The stinkier, the better.
I get $60 a week just
and
to
you
wear
clearly
a pair of socks.
Almost encourage this in a way.
I mean, I'm fine
chilling?
with it. She's making money.
She is making money. You don't find it degrading of your wife, of the mother of your children? I mean, I guess usually the septum piercing's on the women. I guess so.
Yeah, I don't have that.
I thought that this was real fitting that the top comment on this clip says, "Wow, that's a unique way to make some extra cash. Hats off to you for supporting your family in your own way." And if you clicked onto the profile that commented that, it was a bot account that linked you to a corn website. So there must be a whole bunch of spam bots that comment on any of these types of videos because all the rest of the comments did not have the same thought process. I'm so glad my mom was a good mom. A ton of different reaction gifts for $60 a week as well. I mean, at that point, please just pick up a couple shifts at McDonald's. I don't know the age of the kids, but they're old enough to know what's happening, so that means all of their classmates also know what's happening as well. Could you imagine getting into an argument with a kid or some disagreement, and they pull out their phone and go, "Is this your mom's feet?" You will basically be constantly humiliated until you're done with school. I really don't get some people, honestly.
They sued me.
Who?
Costco.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. They want their $22,000.
I know.
And that actually might be a number worth suing someone over because all of them can sue you.
Yeah, I know.
But usually it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
That number might be worth it.
But I don't know how to do I did that 30-minute consultation thing or whatever with a
With what?
with a legal person.
Okay. When
regarding
was
this. This was April.
Okay.
And
So these consequences actually could come a knocking.
Yeah. And
Dude, you yourself.
yeah, there's apparently I can request for
Your credit's already this might be a bankruptcy situation.
credit scores are fake.
Okay, sure.
Just like
I don't
BMI.
care.
Just like BMI, credit scores.
Sure, whatever. I don't care.
You know that guest must have been bad if Caleb's just completely worn down going, okay, whatever. I don't care. I'm done. Magically, credit scores are fake to people who have some of the lowest numbers you could get. BMI was also added in there. I mean, why not? And you can definitely get sued with 22 grand on the Costco card. On an older video, we saw some people getting summoned to court with as little as $800 on their card. So if these companies want their money back, they will go after you.
What do you do for a living?
I am a UGC producer, user-generated content. So I'm like, this is the best water bottle I've ever had. That's me. I get paid a lot of money to do that.
But you make $40,000 a month, not W-2.
Hell no.
So you're setting 30% aside for taxes.
No, not yet. No, I'm actually like 2 years behind on taxes. They just emailed me.
How much do you owe?
I don't know.
How much have you made this year?
I also don't know.
What does she know? We have an example of one of the people trying to shill and sell everything under the sun to you online, and other than faking how much they absolutely love this product, the link is in the description. Please use my affiliate link. The absurd amount of $40,000 a month. Nothing's being set aside for taxes, how much she owes overall. She could be in such an amazing position compared to normal everyday people, but instead she's probably going to get destroyed by the IRS. People that aren't terrified of the IRS honestly terrify me. That's a strong hell no for someone headed to prison. Just my opinion, but probably not the best idea to say you don't care or won't pay your taxes online for everybody to see.
How much money do you make?
$15K each from kind of just business.
Not for the year.
For the year.
Guys, what are we doing?
We're loving our lives, Caleb.
Loving your lives.
We're
I just
loving
wish
our
you
lives.
could pay for it.
Well,
wait, are you guys married?
We are.
Married AF.
How long have you guys been married?
5 years.
Wow.
Yep.
How long have you guys been in business together?
I started the business a year before we met.
So it's not complicated?
Well, it has complications, but that's part of the fun.
It's very fun. So we met doing these circus sort of things.
Sure.
We were at conventions.
Circus conventions.
Yep, with fire dancing and juggling and all this fun stuff. And then we were long distance for about a year.
How successful is this business?
Well, when it started, it was just a bunch of hippies getting together and, doing gigs. Now we run a circus entertainment company business, so we perform for a living.
I think this falls under hearing the advice to just follow your passion. The money will come eventually. And in this economy and job market, that's not exactly true. Making $15,000 a year. I mean, I guess I could say that I'm glad they're happy, but this does not seem like a long-term thing in the slightest. We're loving our lives, aka I want no responsibility. $15,000 a year is more than I thought the circus paid, so that's nice, I guess. For the year, 15 grand in a year is a side hustle, not a main job. So maybe following your passions and not being financially stable could land you on the financial audit.
Your debt in total, $210,000. That's a mortgage. And you don't think this is that bad?
The number sounds bad, but...
Okay, well, since you're not willing to say it, I need her to know behind me. This is bad. This is scary. And not all of it's bankruptable either. There's a lot of student loans in here that, worst comes to worst, will not be bankruptable.
Oh, bankruptcy.
Is what everyone says who goes bankrupt.
So the stone cold reaction and not even knowing what he's saying probably tells you everything that you need to know. $200K worth of debt, whatever. Adding on that some of the debt won't even go away even if you go bankrupt. If you're basically not going to care, what's the point of going on this show in the first place? Another comment from one of you guys: before I went to college in the early 2000s, our high school clearly told us that there would be credit card companies camped out on the campus trying to get us hooked on credit and to just ignore them. And now it's almost celebrated online. You're seeing back to school hauls and dorm room hauls of thousands and thousands of dollars. I'm gonna go out on a limb, and a vast majority of those videos were all paid for by those credit cards and not the part-time jobs that they have while going to school. And that's how we'll have basically an unlimited amount of this content in the future.
I never want to recommend bankruptcy because it's such emotional trauma for many, and it just kills your credit for so long. But you're the closest I've gotten to actually considering it, though.
That's kind of crazy.
Seriously, one of the craziest spendings I've ever seen in my life.
Are you serious?
No, I am not kidding. There's student loans? What are they? Are they federal or...
Federal, for sure.
You started making those payments?
No.
Why?
I can't right now.
You could. You're choosing not to because you're spending. Remember when we just DoorDash Jersey Mike's?
DoorDash and BNPL should be the biggest financial red flags. It comes up all the time. So here we could get into some of the bad couple situations. A comment from you guys: my ex-husband bought a boat without discussing it with me. Why? Because I make more money than you. We were always broke. I'm more financially stable single than I was ever married. Every time I see a comment or watch a clip with somebody buying a boat, it is never ever a good decision. Just throwing money right into a fire immediately, making the cost of vehicles look cheap.
You guys make $9,200 a month? Why the f are you on this show?
We need to fix our spending, otherwise this will likely end in a divorce.
How long have you guys been together?
9 years.
And are there kids?
Yes.
One kid.
How old?
He's 2.
He's about 2.
What the f So, okay, tell me how this conversation even started.
We were trying to determine how to best tackle our existing debt. And I've been listening to her tell me like, hey, everything's fine. I've got money for this. But I've been seeing a bunch of boxes come in and little boo-boos come out of them.
Get boo-boos? What the fuck is wrong with you? It's a trend that's gonna die. It's the Stanley. It's gonna die in like 6 months.
It's the millennials Beanie Baby.
Oh fuck! And I technically am a millennial by 1 year.
Now, it seems to me like the more you watch this episode, the worse it gets, because you look at the comment section and it is just riddled with people saying stuff like this. He just needs to leave. That poor man. He looks so done with her. He looks so broken. That man is exhausted. Poor dude seems exhausted. He needs a divorce lawyer sponsor soon. So to me, this looks like an absolute nightmare, but thank God they got a Labubu. Nobody's going to care about it when the new thing comes out or the trend just dies in a couple months because everything gets boring faster in today's world. And unfortunately, looks like that relationship's going to end in a divorce. Oh, wow.
You don't think you have to pay taxes?
Nobody does. I mean, why do we have to anyways? I thought this was a free country. I mean,
what?
Anyone else think like that too? I mean, you gotta pay taxes?
Oh, the Supreme Court in like the, I think it was the 30s said that income, or 20s said that the income tax is constitutional.
We gotta revisit that. I mean, I don't really agree with that.
Well, no one likes taxes.
Yeah, nobody does, especially this guy, and this guy, you know, Batman and Robin.
Yeah, I'm sure I pay a lot more in taxes than you, but
yeah,
well, because I actually pay mine.
Yeah,
but either way, $4,000. That's like 30% call. I mean, you still barely made any money, probably. But yes, I'm sure you had just contracting roles, just like you're doing with this job.
Yeah,
and you didn't set anything aside for taxes. When you're just a standard 9 to 5 whatever job in your W-2, that stuff is withheld for you, so you don't have to worry about it. But when it comes to these contract jobs where you're your own business, you have to do that for yourself instead.
Okay, so we got a couple things. It is amazing how many people don't know that you have to set aside your own taxes if you are not getting a W-2, if you're technically working for yourself. And the other thing, Mr. Too Cool over here referring to himself in third person. I thought this was America, land of the free. It sounds like Randy from South Park. Some people just talk and have no idea what they're actually saying. To me, this guy really sounds like he listens to all of those alpha male podcasts, and it has just completely filled up his brain, and now he has no money. Another comment from you guys, my jaw dropped and I gasped when I saw the 300% interest rate on that payday loan. Dude will never pay it back. Well, 300% is some light work compared to what we're about to see.
She took out a $500, 900% interest payday loan. You borrow $1,000 for this one, you pay back a total of $4,413. For what?
We needed money for groceries.
Why did you take this out? Be real. Come on.
I bought a PlayStation 5. Really wanted one. So
Nothing like collections for PS5s.
got a PlayStation 5.
Do you play it?
Yeah. All the time.
You should read a book.
I don't think that PlayStation was worth $4,400 though. 900% interest rate I actually think is the highest we've seen on this channel. I feel like I remember seeing some 700 or 800s in some older TikTok clips, but yep, we're almost hitting the 4-figure percentage mark on interest rates. Also, you could get a new PS5. How is that even possible? Yeah, I'm not doing that bad. Why is a payday loan the option when plenty of pay over time options I need exist at checkout online? Not a thing would I sign for 900% interest. To be honest, makes a pretty good point. I would rather you Klarna the PlayStation and even take the hit with that interest rate. I mean, bad credit card interest rates are maybe 30 or 35%, which overall is still horrendous, but still substantially better than 900%.
Last month you spent double what you make.
Because I've always been the baby.
You don't put...
Everyone always takes care of me.
Oh, what a disgusting
No one's
attitude.
ever said no to me. Well, I'm just not used to
Disgusting
it.
attitude.
I'm just not used to it.
You're fucking 30. Grow up. You want to be a mother. Grow
but
up.
I'm the baby of my family.
The baby of the family. You're 30. You'll never get ahead in life, ever.
Whoever her significant other is should just turn and run. It seems like a massive red flag. I'm the baby of the family. Nobody ever says no to me. That sounds like an awful life to live, having to deal with that kind of person. I think she's rage baiting him. I'm an only child and was absolutely spoiled growing up. I refused to do that to my child. I learned absolutely nothing, had no responsibilities, and was not prepared for real life. At least that user realized it eventually. That guest was 30 years old and still going strong with those beliefs. Wow.
You've been through bankruptcy.
Yep. The first time I filed was only about $20,000 for the bankruptcy.
Why'd you go through bankruptcy last time?
It was a piece of cake.
Now you're right back where you were before bankruptcy, so it did absolutely nothing.
Correct.
How quickly did you start fucking yourself after bankruptcy?
After the bankruptcy was discharged, probably 3 years after. The whole debt situation now in total with everything, $87,000.
This is a picture-perfect example of somebody who just goes in and out of debt for the rest of their lives. They hit the reset button at $20,000. Now they've more than quadrupled it, learning absolutely nothing from the first time. Wouldn't surprise me one bit that they go right back into bankruptcy. Some of the comments, filing for bankruptcy without learning new spending habits is like getting gastric bypass surgery without getting new eating habits. Exactly.
How long does it take to pay off the monthly payments? Only no purchases.
How much is it?
$2,687.
9 years.
14. Yeah.
Just a quick one. How long will it take to pay off that $2,600? Her randomly guessing 9 years, almost a decade, and that was still off 14 years. And if you saw in the end, she'd actually be paying $6,811 in total. But whatever, I don't know how long it'll take. Whatever happens, happens. And that's how you get stuck in this debt cycle forever.
Yeah, maybe student loans and taxes, we just pay them like adults.
And I told you, bro, I paid off one card. That felt really good.
And there's many cards in here that are going, nope.
Yeah, I think we have 3 credit cards remaining. And then we have student debt, but that's a thing.
A debt that you can't get rid of via bankruptcy.
I seriously thought Biden was gonna fix that. What happened to that?
The Supreme Court.
Yeah.
The amount of people that were just banking on getting their student loans forgiven, this is the same person, by the way, who just made 40 grand off of selling you TikTok crap. I thought it was supposed to be forgiven. Oh, I don't care about taxes. Just making your entire life a nightmare. And the top comment saying this was truly one of the hardest videos to get through.
One of the leading causes for divorce in this country, financial problems.
We actually did have a small breakup because of finances.
When? So you guys were already engaged.
Yeah.
Why is he still with you?
Maybe we can ask him. I don't know. We've been engaged for 2 years and we get married in October.
Oh, no, man. If you're listening to, is he watching this?
Most likely.
Give me a call if you need, buddy. It doesn't have to be on camera. What the f are you doing? You got time. Sorry, not trying to be a, but look at how you're doing things, lady.
Just sounds like another future divorce if they ever do get married. When they already previously broke up because of financial issues, the writing seems to be on the wall. All because you don't want to take your finances seriously.
I just get so inspired by influencers. Like I get inspired by Disney influencers.
Inspired to buy Labubu?
No, well,
when I think inspiration, I think of accomplishing a big goal. You're buying Labubus every 1.5 days.
I would say like TikTok, like people like doing the blind boxes.
What about my
like,
TikTok where I say don't be a financial dumbass? How about that? Maybe listen to that one instead.
I do.
And prioritize your family.
I
well,
really like
apparently you're not getting inspired by that.
No. Well, I am. But I like Labubus.
80,000 hours of bad debt. Can't stop getting
fair,
Labubus.
She didn't really start getting into it until the ultimatum came, but...
Really?
We would laugh at your videos occasionally, but...
These videos are a wake-up call for many. I see it out there.
I just know she has so many Stanley Cups too. If she got me into $80,000 in debt over dolls, I'm out. It's crazy how many of these episodes almost turn into marriage counseling as well. I understand why it happens, but it's just sad to see.
You're $70,000 in bad high-interest debt.
Yeah.
Does your boyfriend even know that? You want to get married. What does he know?
It's not something I'm trying to hide. It's just something we don't really talk about.
Shouldn't we, if we want to get married? If we have a joint account, especially before marriage?
Yeah.
Doesn't know all that extra
probably not.
Are his finances good?
No.
You guys don't communicate that much about money, and yet you have a joint account, and he helps with all the expenses, and you want to get married, and he only knows a little. Do we have true intentions to get married?
Yeah, for sure.
Really? What are we doing to get there?
Well, nothing right now.
So this kind of stuff is a red flag right off the bat. If you're not talking about your finances and on the same page before your marriage, there's a pretty large chance that your money issues will cause you to have a divorce. Almost 40% of divorces are caused by financial troubles. So not taking this type of stuff seriously, being so nonchalant, talking about it on the podcast cannot end well for this couple. We go look at some of the comments. Her nonchalant attitude makes this episode hard to watch. I don't understand wanting to be with, let alone marry someone you can't talk about basic things with, like finances. I know some people are very uncomfortable talking about money in general, but it's just something that is essential in today's world. You need to be on the same page together. We have a comment from one of you guys. I had a conversation with my fiance. She told me that she thought credit cards were free money before we met. How many times have we seen that on Caleb's show? And you paid them back because you're a good person, like an honor code kind of thing. Thank God she wasn't in terrible debt. So this is why sometimes we go over super basic stuff when it comes to finances. There are people out in the world thinking that credit cards are free money. Another example we're going to see in the video is that the cash back made on those cards will apparently end up paying for all the expenses, which is just a wild thing to say. So this is why I think watching this type of content is so important. For a free game, by the way. I can't blame her for at least playing the game because I put my fair share of hours into Fortnite, especially during the peak. I was one of those kids. I played it all the time as well. But in total, from start to finish, the first time I played to the last time, I probably spent around $20 in total. I bought the Battle Pass the first time it came out, but if you completed it, because I played it so much, you ended up getting enough V-Bucks to buy the next one. And that happened over and over and over again. I never bought any of the skins because if you do know anything about it, the special skins could actually be 20 USD per skin. So you have some people who get almost an addiction level to buying all of them, spending hundreds and thousands of dollars at a time and spending 15% of their income on a free game. The top comment says the exact same thing. Free game, by the way, with 17,000 likes. Is she 12? A game called Fortnite like no one knows what it is. I mean, yeah, one of the most popular games. $200 on a free game. I'm scared to spend $5 on a game. She's the perfect example of what you would call a whale. That's exactly why a decent amount of games are free to play now, but have microtransactions riddled throughout. Maybe there'll be a good amount of people who don't spend a dime on it, or just a few bucks. Way less than the average $70 or $80 it costs to get a new game for like the Switch 2 or the PlayStation. But then on the other side, you'll have people who spend way more, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands on any type of game you could think of, even mobile games. It really is just unbelievable. But we have a comment from one of you guys that I thought was pretty funny. The I declare bankruptcy meme from Michael Scott is the level of financial literacy of some of these people. And I mean, we could keep going with the examples of crazy overconsumption.
How much have you spent on fucking squishmallows?
I think I used like 10,000.
$10,000 is gone like that.
I know. They're very cute. I'll show you my
Great, so you got
collection.
a $25,000 plushie deck? And then there's nothing to show for it though, other than
Yeah.
a collection of plushies. Do you still have the plushies?
Yeah, I do.
Well, fucking sell them.
No, then I'm not going to sell the Halloween ones.
Because they're more important than the rats.
No.
With your actions, you are saying yes.
You just need certain things throughout, like,
You need
your
a
life.
dragon
You don't.
plushie.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying you necessarily need a dragon
Then what
plushie.
the fuck are you talking about?
Everyone needs, you
Not
know,
a dragon plushie?
Not a dragon plushie.
Then get rid of the
but they need a
dragon plushie.
metaphorical squishmallow. They need a little treat every now and then.
Okay, so I can understand what that guy's trying to say, but when you spend over $10,000 on a random trend that goes in and out of popularity, I guarantee the exact same thing is going to happen with the Labubus that are popular right now. We could talk about the Funko Pops in the past, the Beanie Babies even before that. There's always something. But trying to justify spending this much money when you're already in a ton of debt as just saying, oh, you know, everybody needs some sort of hobby is just crossing the line for me. Honestly, it's too much. But we have another comment from you guys from the last video when we found somebody was paying, I believe, $30,000 a year to have a couple horses. When again, their finances were in shambles to begin with. The fastest way to make a small fortune on horses is to start with a large fortune. I saw a good amount of comments talking about the horse clip. People were saying it was very similar to owning a boat, you know, basically just throwing money into a fire all the time for the hobby, which I think is fine if you truly enjoy it and have the money to back it up. But you just have to know, for watching any of the guests on this show, they just don't have the funds to do so.
What's your rent?
It's $972 in LA.
Rent controlled?
Yeah. So my dad lived there since he was 20 with my mom. And then my brother moved in and I ended up taking that apartment.
Good, then why would you leave? What's the complicated part?
There's some mold growing underneath in the basement.
We'll have the landlord take care of the mold.
So I've actually contacted the landlord. They had an inspector come out and nothing's happened.
Well, they're honestly probably legally incented to do so, but because of
I
your
agree.
situation, they are not financially incented to do so. You're in a city that discourages housing being built, a city that discourages new units being opened because your family just stays there for generations, discourages actually keeping the properties up into current repair, because why would they? Yes, what a very productive city.
This is one of them that I wanted to put in because of the response, the comments for this video. Living in a city like LA at $972, handle the mold problem yourself, LOL. Hear me out, a bit of mold for $900 a month in LA, I could live with that. A lot of comments saying that this is okay to have mold in the house because the rent is so cheap, which of course it is if you're gonna compare LA prices. It's just crazy to see what people would put up with just to live in Los Angeles. I know if I ever went there, I would see how nice the weather is all the time. time, but I thought it was wild that so many people were almost in the defense of the landlord who wasn't doing anything for him just because it was $1,000 a month. We got another comment here. I promise you those people go on the show just to be looked at and take away absolutely nothing. I know that Caleb does pay the guests for their time. I don't believe it's that much money overall, so it doesn't really seem worth it to me to sit there for a couple hours and not take any of the financial advice and just go back to your old ways, getting into more and more debt.
What's the car?
2023 Polaris Slingshot.
Wait, it's a Spider? It's one of those?
Yeah.
Like one of those 3-wheel fucking like...
Yeah, so it's like an exotic.
This is crazy. $30,773.90 with a minimum monthly payment, $560.78.
Yeah.
That is crazy. What's the interest on this?
13 or 14.
No! What the why? Why do you need this?
Me and my ex, they were gonna put up on Turo as like a rental car. And so that was the idea behind this car, was it was supposed to be for passive income and be a rental car on the side.
Depreciate an asset for passive income. Guys, this is the greatest idea in the history of humanity.
Listen.
Turo is one of them that is absolutely imploding right now. I am seeing tons of YouTube videos recommended to me saying that all the passive income is completely dried up. It's not worth putting your car on Turo. People are selling all the vehicles that they bought in the first place to try to make money. So this seems to be following in the exact same footsteps, along with having a 12 or 14% interest rate on a depreciating asset. Some of the comments, why did I think they cost more than $30,000? Because it was marketed as an exotic car, like she said, but overall not really popular. I don't know how many you see out on the road in your life. I barely ever see them, and clearly wasn't cool enough to be rented out all the time on Turo to make them money. You could bet her and her ex tried drop shipping, online courses, car rental, arbitrage, everything you've probably seen online. How did Polaris convince people that the Slingshot is exotic? It was all marketing. Here we could get into the credit card cash back and when people take it too far.
If our debts are getting worse, why are we opening more access to lines of credit?
We were initially got it because of the cash back. We're going to use the cash back to pay for Christmas the following year.
And her birthday.
The are you talking about? Walk me through the math, please. Let's see 2025's Christmas paid by the cashback, of which is only 5% cashback on the Amazon card.
Well, I mean,
well, actually, no. Can he have the whiteboard? I want him to draw how he thinks this works.
It made sense to me.
It has a $5,000 limit. So if we get to the 5,000, 5% of that would, over the course of a full year though, I mean, it would be, initially we're going to pay it off every month.
Well, of course, that's everyone's little grand strategy.
Yeah. Times 12. So that's 2,400. 5% of that. My math is terrible.
Is the logic making sense so far, wifey? Looking over the husband's shoulder.
Whoa.
You don't know anything about your finances, but here's his logic that he used with your money.
No, the logic that he didn't draw it out for me like he is with you, but the way that he explained it to me was that since Christmas is in December and her birthday is in May, then we can use the cash back that we get from all the purchases to pay for birthday presents, and then the cash back that we get from May to December to pay for Christmas, and that would be pretty much
So is
quote
his logic
girl
making
math.
sense?
So
does that make sense?
it made sense.
And how do we do that to make that work?
We spend money on it, on the Amazon card so that we can get the cash back. It's like free money, I think.
But we're supposed to pay it off. That's the problem. Is that
Let's see. Okay.
it's not
That's
great.
curious because right here I see interest accruing. So obviously the plan failed.
There we go. We had to wait to the end of the video because overall I didn't disagree with them until they didn't pay it off. As soon as you start accruing interest, all of the cash back evaporates. We're talking about 20 or 30% interest rate on these credit cards every single month. So even if it was 5% cash back, you paying for Christmas or birthday presents just doesn't exist. But this is not the first time we've seen this exact thought process from one of their guests. And this could be a very slippery slope to thinking that you're getting back free money money, but in the end, you're going to have to pay so much more with the ridiculous amount of interest. So go into $5,000 worth of debt to get a free $250. Am I understanding that correctly? Again, I don't have a problem with credit cards if you know what you're doing and you're disciplined. Everybody has monthly expenses. You're going to spend money all the time. So if you have specific cards that have 2% or 5% cash back, you can get points or miles, cash back, whatever they're offering. But this is the exact example of when people take it too far. Watching him struggle with very simple math hurt my soul. 5% cash back, but almost a 22% interest rate when you carry a balance completely negates it. Cash back is free money when you don't pay interest. People like this are how companies can afford to pay that cash back to responsible people. Exactly. No way full-grown adults really think ruthless billionaire companies have these loopholes that no one here noticed, which will benefit them more than they benefit the company. Oh man.
You guys have $144,688 of really bad debt. That's 144 months to pay off the debt.
12 years.
Wow.
When something's looking over a decade, when you make good money, bankruptcy sometimes.
Yeah.
It's stressful, it's expensive, but this is a brutal situation. Again, the free therapy sessions take advantage of that, but also I'm gonna sit you guys down with Reed. He's a CPA and a big finance nerd. Let's see him and get him a second opinion. We'll pay for that session for you guys.
Thank you.
And maybe there's another way out of this that's not bankruptcy or 1,000 billion jillion years. But this is just brutal. That's not honestly what I'm focusing on here. I'm focusing on the relationship, and the relationship is a joke, and I don't know how you guys are going to survive together. But finances, which is one of the leading causes for divorce in this country, I don't know how you guys are going to make it. You have the baby right now holding it together. I don't know what you guys are going to do a few years from now. Good luck.
This is basically the very first clip we watched. Fast forward a few years if they do get married. Having such bad debt and taking that long to pay it off that Caleb's actually considering bankruptcy. You know my stance on bankruptcy because so many people just use it as a reset button, not a way to actually start taking your finances seriously and get on the right track. People rack up the credit card debt, going on vacation, spending money, doing absolutely anything they want, file for bankruptcy, and do the same thing over again. I don't know what's happening in this situation, but there were even more problems which we'll get into a little bit later between the couple. Now this next one, man, I had to put in because it was just crazy.
I started trying to be a webcam model myself, and it did not work out well.
Webcam model?
Yeah, like live webcam modeling.
You were like, wow. Double.
Well, no, I was just trying to sling my a little bit.
Wow, man. Damn.
And it did not go well for me. It was less than 15 an hour. So after tree service ended, it was just down the road from a strip club, and one of my jobs on my list of stuff to do in my life was strip club manager.
All I have to say is, wow. Putting yourself out there online forever for less than $15 an hour, can't say that that's worth it in my opinion. I talked about this previously on my second channel with OF models, ending up quitting that and trying to go back to a normal career, but now you have a digital footprint forever and could honestly severely limit your job opportunities in the future. I mean, this guy doubled down and right after that tried to become a strip club manager. There was other stuff, McDonald's he worked at, just a whole mess of a situation. But we could keep going with a similar example.
What do you do for a living?
So I do only.
Things are making more sense.
Hey, okay, now I stream on Twitch as well.
What are we making from these sources?
So only is around $200 on a good month.
Okay, so you don't have a job. Okay, well, you said another one was streaming. So how much are we making off that?
I took a break from streaming the last several months because I had some health issues recently. I had a collapsed lung.
Why? At 25? Jeez, for what?
I was vaping and I hit
people. Stop with this. We're finally starting to see consequences.
Yeah. And that's the thing.
Really? A collapsed lung?
I now smoke cigarettes, but I was smoking.
No! What?
So,
we have a collapsed lung and we're smoking
I got permission from my pulmonologist because of the fact.
Pulmonologist?
I can't pronounce. Pulmonary doctor.
Okay, I highly doubt you got a doctor saying that it's okay to smoke cigarettes after you got a collapsed lung from vaping, along with the only $200 a month she's getting from her OF account. So the last one we had less than $15 an hour. This one's just $2,400 a year. And then whatever money she was making from streaming on Twitch had to be stopped because of her vaping and now cigarette use. Like, how many problems could you add on top of each other at once? The top comment is exactly what I said. There's absolutely absolutely no way she got clearance from a licensed medical professional to smoke cigarettes after a collapsed lung. Girl, your dignity is worth more than $200 a month. You can make that a week working minimum wage jobs. $200 in a good month, yeah. So that's the best she could do. It was probably even less.
You've been in
Here and
college for a
there.
decade?
$8 or 8 years. The main debt that I have is student loans. Yeah, I've been in college my entire 20s.
No wonder the professor f***ing loves you. You did the same thing they did. They never left college. And you are showing the signs of people who will never be able to operate in life outside of a classroom setting. You're not against degrees, you're just going for a pointless degree.
People
but,
need communicators.
but can get better communicating degrees.
But if there's 10 girls all applying for the same thing, they all have marketing degrees, and I'm the one that has a creative writing degree.
They'll
and I
pick
have
the
some
one with
kind
the
of-
qualified degree.
It's qualifiable, I
It's
would
not
think.
one of the leading ones for copywriting, which is one of the jobs you brought up.
And you don't think that maybe when I get the interview, I could talk to them and say, hey,
You have to
this
get past
is
the
what
recruiter first.
That's why I would get my real estate license. You know, I can always go back to it.
Alrighty, lady, let's move on for f***'s sake.
So her solution to all the problems that Caleb was showing her was to completely throw out everything and just get her real estate license, which I don't think I really have to tell you is a lot more difficult to make money in this market right now. But this is one of the examples of somebody who turns into 6 figures worth of student debt that if you've seen the news, they are now going to have to start paying back because they were there for almost a decade. The very beginning of the clip was basically the whole comment section. You've been in college for a decade, $8. She zoned out so hard. 8 years to do communication is wild. But we could go back to the couple that Caleb didn't even know what they were going to do in their relationship, let alone their finances.
I set up a separate bank account.
Really? Why?
Because if there's money in our main account, it gets spent.
Do you have no self-control?
Not really.
So why have you not worked on this?
Because I don't care. I just like to spend money.
How do you get out of a hole when he has that mindset?
I have no idea.
I mean, it's my money. I pay for her house. I don't live there. I pay for her groceries. I travel for work, so I live in a fifth wheel 2 hours from home.
2 hours? How often are you home?
Every other weekend, if I can.
You only see him 4 days a month?
Sometimes, yeah. And sometimes it's
How
just...
are you guys surviving that? Well, he's just blowing all his money and he doesn't care. Well, he's also gone for 90% of a month.
Well, if I'm at work, I don't spend the money.
You spend it all in 4 days?
Yeah, it don't take very long.
Just another example of being on completely different pages when it comes to money. The comment section definitely thought something fishy was going on, guaranteed that man has a whole other family. Cheating, that's why he doesn't care, he doesn't even like her. Her house, that triggered me, this man has another house with another family for sure. I don't care, divorce right there. Up next, we have an example of somebody taking out one of these predatory payday loans.
So we do things behind our pregnant wife's back?
Right.
Yeah, I just opened up like 2 payday loans.
I did not know about these payday loans.
There's like 4 in total.
What did she know?
I didn't want to put stress on her a lot of times through like pregnancy and stuff.
That's what every single person who goes behind their spouse's back does, says they do it for them.
I was working till I was 40 weeks pregnant, so I was already stressed out. Like, you could have told me.
Yeah, it was instant money. I needed it.
Why did you need it?
So when I got hired at Chick-fil-A, I was a manager, and a younger team member, it was like her first week, she had came up to me and asked to go on break, and I jokingly looked at her and was like, what you want me to do, pull your brake on my ass? And she started hysterically crying. I instantly apologized, and then she quit, and they demoted me. So that
And then she came back.
hit my pay a lot.
I don't know what really happened with his normal job being a Chick-fil-A manager, but it does seem like one of the places you cannot mess around. And honestly, in any type of job, you cannot joke around. You have to be on your best behavior 24/7, because in this job market, they're just going to get somebody else if you make the wrong move or they don't even like you. So I'm surprised he didn't get completely fired. He just got demoted, but still took a sizable hit to his pay. And there's kind of a part 2 with these payday loans as well.
You took out payday loans behind her back 4 times.
Well, the payday loans, they're like taken out of my check automatically. So like most of them I can't go and can't stop
Nick, you've signed up for those.
I can't I can't even stop the payments on them. They don't let you miss like skip a payment or like pay later, none of them.
$770.60 a month is the minimum payment on that bull. Yeah, it's at a 300% interest rate.
Yeah.
Oh.
I did not know about these payday loans.
There's like 4 in total.
Almost $800 a month for nothing. That's pretty similar to the monthly car payments we're seeing now, but at least in that instance, you're getting a vehicle. It is a depreciating vehicle, but you could actually use it. This one you have to pay back and there's no avoiding it. It is getting taken out automatically, and it was 300%. That was all the comments. 300% interest should be illegal. I believe the highest we've seen on this channel is around 500 or 600%. Payday loans are basically the equivalent of borrowing from the mob. 300% interest. Who in their right mind signs up for this? And that's why I've made an entire dedicated video previously on this channel about them. But to finish off this video, we have a comment and a clip that goes along with this. I stopped watching Caleb Hammer a few months ago, not because of his channel or personality, but because I got so tired of seeing the guests on them. They're just lost causes, nothing but zoned out people in complete denial of their situations. And we have a perfect example right here.
This is and I think I'm done. I think I'm legitimately done. We've given you every resource, every step, every piece of advice. You were the only person that sat down with Brian about too. There's nothing that can be done here, and it's like the alcoholic that's never changed. Sometimes you just have to separate yourself from them. If you actually ever make progress, you can come back on. If you get worse or stay the same, you're never coming back on.
Understandable.
Our financial score, man. It's gone from a 1 to a fuck you. It's as simple as that. It's when I'm done with people, that's the score. It's fuck you. That's it.
Oh yeah, my name is Joseph. I am 31 years old. I'm born and raised in Austin, Texas.
My name is Joseph, and I still live in Austin. My name is Joseph. I forget my age. Hi, my name is Joseph. I'm 33 years old.
I guarantee this, I'm gonna make something happen, and I will be held to account.
And no matter how many times you try to give advice, you watch the mistakes other people make, some people are just lost causes, and Caleb was done with that guy after 4 episodes of no improvement. There's only so much you can really do in the end.
This is a lot of student loan debt for associates.
Yeah.
Total across the board, $44,585. Past due. Past due. They'll garnish your wages. This is debt to the government.
I didn't know. I didn't get a notification.
What did you go to school for?
I got an associate's degree in paralegal studies, and then I started going to school for my nursing. And
oh my gosh, this is a 6th career path.
So,
dude, it's crazy. You're in a career for 2-3 years, and then you're on to the next. You get bored. Good. You're almost in the 400 credit score range.
Yeah.
Oh. Been forever since I've seen something like that. Like literally the bottom of the bottom of the bottom of the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
You're going to finish nursing?
Whoa, I haven't fully committed yet.
So I mean, this dude has like absolutely blown my mistakes out of the water. I've talked about it a couple times. By the time I ended up dropping out of community college, I was $21,000 in debt, but he has more than doubled it and apparently has gone to 6 different career paths. That's why he was racking up debt right there. I mean, after like the 3rd one, you got to know that this is just almost a lost hope. I don't know how you make those kind of decisions, and being a 400 credit score, that means he just doesn't pay off anything ever. I don't even know how he has a credit line at all. I mean, you could see some of the comments, 45K in student loans only to finish community college. I mean, if you're a pretty good student and didn't go to a super expensive college, you could be in less student debt and actually get a full bachelor's degree compared to this guy who just finished community college and then just decided to work at a different career path and another career path and over again. So even though that was a lot of debt, I would say that was pretty mild compared to the rest of the clips that I have for this episode. It is only going to get worse.
You can't afford to go out.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't. Income that came in was $1,600. Rent is $12?
Girl math.
That's your... This is not a joke.
I'm not treating it as a joke. I mean...
Girl math. Math says it's about 80% of your income.
Yeah.
And you bought $1 of Apple stock?
Yeah, I tried. I genuinely didn't know what it was, but I've heard people like opening stocks and like getting more money and being successful with it. So I was like, let's try it. And I got 96 cents out of it. So I use a lot of girl math. I use a lot of like...
That, first of all, that was a meme from like 2 months ago. Yeah. The internet moves quick.
Yeah.
And second of all,
it's bad.
Math is the real math when we're actually talking about your life and improving your situation.
But if real math doesn't work, then we transition to girl math and we use it to live.
So your rent of what again?
Almost $1,400.
Okay, it's 70%. 70%. You cannot afford it. It shouldn't be higher than 30%.
I don't even know how these people would decide to go on his show. It's so embarrassing. I mean, people treating it as a joke and saying girl math just because they just spend whenever they want to. This is the same person. I don't believe I have the clip in this video, but I did watch a little bit more of the same girl on the show. And when she got a credit card from her parents, she just believed it was free money. So she had an $8,000 credit line and racked up $4,000 worth of debt, and she just thought that that was a good thing. Like somehow that was, I don't even know how you would process that that would be good. She actually did not know what debt was and that you legitimately had to pay back that $4,000 on the credit card. It's like financial illiteracy, as if you're trying to talk to a 5-year-old who has actually never heard of any of this in their entire life. But this person's like at least 20. And I mean, the top comment on this video with 127,000 likes just says actual brain rot. This is the kind of person in my mind that's too far gone and nobody could save them. I hope this person is just honestly a burden to their family and their parents, because this is 100% a person who would just be on Section 8 for the rest of their lives because they think it's free money and would never get out of the financial like hole that they're in for as long as they live. And then that just turns into more responsible people paying their welfare checks through our taxes and burdening her issues on all of us. And this next one, man, oh my God, this is exactly what older generations think that Gen Z and millennials will do to get a degree and then surprise that they have absolutely no jobs. This one's very, very frustrating.
Student loans. We built up $75,000 of student loan debt. Say the degree one more time.
I study Shakespeare.
Okay, Shakespeare, lovely guy. What are you gonna do with that?
Well, that's such a complicated question.
Oh,
like,
no. I was really hoping for a more, you knew what you were going to do with this much school and student loans.
This is where I just have to say, we come from different worlds. You're not going to understand this.
What do you mean?
You won't understand like the precarity and why it's really all right.
What do you mean though?
Like your reaction there was like, oh,
I studied music composition in college. I was in the College of Arts School of Music.
Okay.
But I asked the job and you didn't know what to say.
So I have a lot of experience working at writing centers.
Okay.
So I could be that, there's availability for those kinds of jobs.
Mm-hmm.
I also, something I really enjoy is like working with people who are like applying to college. I've like played around with the idea of like opening a business, doing that, something like that. I have a lot of experience and a lot of success, like helping people with resumes and getting jobs. So I could do stuff like that. Like I could be a professor.
So we at least have a path of where
and I have lots of backup paths too. And I'm like very good at what I do. So I will have a job.
Yeah.
Like that's not a concern at all.
How long is this PhD?
6 years. It's pretty standard.
Guess we do come from a little different worlds because music composition is like 2 to 3 years.
$75,000 to read Shakespeare. What will that ever get you other than what they already said in the video about teaching other people? So say if you get a worthless degree from a college, the only option to get a job with that degree is to teach other people in that college to get that degree, even though it has no viability basically in the rest of society in general. Wasting $75,000 on that is actually the meme of like getting a gender studies degree and then being mad that you can't get a job. That is legitimately that right there. $75K debt to study Shakespeare. Shakespeare degree, not even an English degree, which would at least help you a little bit. And they overlap. I mean, that's the entirety of Shakespeare's English. And then the same with so many degrees out there, but people just aren't good at making financial decisions at all, or so locked into going to college absolutely no matter what. But $75K when Google is free. You could have learned everything you wanted to learn about Shakespeare and his life and all of his writing and whatever else. Guarantee you could find it on Google. Whew, we're just gonna play this one. I don't even need to explain it. You could, within the first like 10 seconds, you're gonna understand how ridiculous this is.
Yeah, but you get cash back.
Yeah, but come on, with the $67.59 of interest, well, cash back is competing with that.
But if you're
in a single month, $67.59 of interest.
Yeah, but if you look at it, like you get cash back on every payment throughout the month. Eventually, you're gonna get like.
See the child of the relationship? I mean, he doesn't bring in any money, and he apparently spends it all anyway. Cash back? What the? Cash back is for people who never pay for interest that's never accruing. What's the cash back on the Discover It?
It depends because sometimes they give you like 5%.
Okay, 5%.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. But on your balance, you're losing 18%. So net,
Well, see,
you're
they
losing
don't
like 12%.
Yeah, they don't say. See right there,
What do you mean they
5%
don't
cash
say?
back.
I don't understand why he's so proud about 5% cash back. It's like we think they're lying. Like, I know Caleb does this for content and he racks in the views, all right? This is a very large channel, very successful channel, but I don't even know how he stays patient with these people for how many episodes he's done. This is legitimately a child in an adult body.
Yeah, you got 21
front.
cents. You got 21 cents. Congratulations. Plus 60.
When you say it like that, it doesn't sound so good, Caleb.
Yeah. So why do we do it? Do you believe it? Like,
Well, I did.
Until
Well, so like we just bought gas today, and I put it on my Discover card, opposed to the bank account.
to discover it.
Correct.
Okay. Why?
Because I thought if I got the 5% cash back,
Yeah,
then
but-
I'm
but-
saving money.
Okay. What do you think about this?
I was literally going to put it on the bank card, and he said, no, I'm going to put it on my credit card.
Why? Headed here.
Yeah.
Which one? Who pushed to come on here?
Me?
That doesn't make. Then you know the show enough, and you still put it on a credit card, and you're sitting here talking about cash back with me. I'm very confused.
Well, but because we're gonna pay it off before it starts.
You're
gaining-
not.
But it was only $25.
No, but that doesn't matter. The balance is literally only going down by $10, and it's sitting at $4,592.
But if you
And
get
that's getting accrued at 18% rounded.
But if you pay that 25 off before the next cycle, you shouldn't get interest on that.
But your overall balance is huge, and that's gaining interest. So the money you're paying off is, I guess, in your mathematical way, paying off the thing you just purchased instead of actually paying down the balance that's gaining interest. So still, it's being completely negated.
I feel like there's a loophole here that I'm missing.
There isn't.
5%, if I pay that back before, then I didn't have to use $0, right? I made $0 if I just use my bank account.
I get what you're saying, but because what you're doing is paying back that immediate purchase, you're not paying down the overall balance instead. And the balance is sitting in there thick and mighty.
It's almost like he thinks that the 5% cash back is just going to pay for everything in his life. So somehow, some way, he is going to get his 5% cash back, damn it. But the literal thousands of dollars in debt on that exact same credit card, he's not paying off. But still, that 5% is going to be the difference maker in getting him out of the hole or just being able to buy stuff for free in his mind. Like it does seem like they're actually making this up for attention. But again, there's no real gain for this. It's not like any of these people are content creators or trying to make some sort of business out of this. It's honestly just a lost cause. And you go to the comments, lights are on, but nobody is home. A very common theme to these comment sections we have here, people like this make me feel so financially responsible, because even if you put yourself in a hole for one reason or another, car payments, rent, not being able to afford food, I would venture to guess that everybody who's watching this video know it's a bad thing and you're going to accrue interest and it's going to be very difficult to get out of it, but you need to do it, right? And you're going to work towards it. And these people are just, like the first comment says, lights are on, but nobody's home. They're just completely hollow inside. Oh, wow. You know, when I initially thought of making this video, I thought it would be fun. We can make some jokes. We'd all laugh and that'd be the end of the video. But man, I am like stressed out for these people just for how dumb these decisions are. I don't know how this guy does a podcast like this for a living. I would lose my mind. I need to put some context for this clip because this lady is nasty, super defensive. And again, they're not like holding a gun to her head telling her to go on this podcast. These people are willingly going on to try to fix their financial future, and then she gets on here and then just does nothing but bitch and complain to him like it's his fault or he should be sympathetic. But this woman is 40, living at home because she's in so much debt that she can't afford anything. And then we get into this clip.
Why does he go to a private school?
Because it's, do you want to get into the educational system right now?
Okay, a little. I'm just asking, why does he go to the private school? It's a question. What are you?
Because
why are
I
you
care
like the most
about my
defensive-
son's education.
Why are you the most defensive person that's ever existed on this planet? I just asked, why does he go to a private school?
Well, the
Give
way
me a
that you
reason.
asked it.
Give me. I asked, why does he go to a private school?
Yeah, but you didn't ask. You asked in a tone, okay? So
I always have a tone.
Okay, well, I'm going to have a tone too. I want him to have a great education. I'm a teacher. I know what public school education system entails. I know.
What do you mean? I
firsthand.
went to a public school.
I did too. That's why I refused to put my son in one.
Is that why you can't afford your own place? Because you went to a public school?
What does that have to do with it?
Exactly. You're trying to use it as an excuse like it's bad. I went to public school. I'm fine.
It is bad.
You went to. What do you mean? No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's horrendous.
It depends on the area.
No.
Now, if you answered and said the hometown that you are based in, that we're not going to say the name of,
yeah, well, the
has
school
a
sucked
terrible.
there.
Well, that's what you had to. My gosh.
And then
what-
where he
talking to a brick
born,
wall.
where he was born in Philly, the schools suck there too. Okay, it's like the city is just
How
the
much is the
crime
private
rate.
school?
The crime rate. It's $200 a month.
You know that does not change the instance that the
It's actually
that the
$400,
miscellaneous
but
bull-
a scholarship.
Oh my gosh, that the miscellaneous bull that you spend your money on, the miscellaneous things that don't matter, was as much as
But what
I
do you?
said.
Okay, you're
One
sitting
second. Hey, you said don't interrupt me, so don't interrupt me. That is about the same amount of money that you could live on your own independently. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, man. This woman is teaching our future generations. And I don't know about you, but I would say the vast majority of the entire country has been taught by the public system. And again, just like everybody who has basically gotten out of the public system, there are many flaws. Basically everything that I've done for a living after getting out of college has not been taught to me at all by the schooling system. That's kind of a majority of people, like everywhere. So you being in a massive amount of credit card debt, living with your parents because of it, and then still sending your kid to private school is probably not the best look. And then the first time you're challenged by it, you're just absolutely completely defensive, like it's the best decision ever. There are plenty of instances that private schools, Catholic schools that are super expensive and prestigious just end up frying kids even worse than public school. So, I mean, she is in the financial hole right now. It still is her decision, but again, she made the choice to go on this show, and then she gets challenged by one of her decisions and she gets all mad. I don't know how much longer I could do this. I had a ton of clips because it's very easy to get content from Caleb. This is annoying the hell out of me.
Statistically, this does not have the longest lifespan. You're just barely surviving. And that money's going to just fast food, and alcohol and weed. That's all your life is just alcohol, weed, and living in a car. I'm terrified for your health. I don't think you're living. You're barely just scraping by, and it's only because of the heart of others. You don't have car insurance, do you?
No.
It's illegal.
I know. I don't like begging for money from people. I feel bad all the time.
Oh, you clearly don't feel bad enough because that's how you're surviving. If you felt bad, you'd be an adult for the first time in your life and you'd go get a job and actually do something.
So this person is just homeless, killing themselves with food, weed, and alcohol instead of trying to get on their feet. They rely on their friends to go over to their house to sleep sometimes, to take showers, and there's just no real accountability. If you feel bad about doing something all the time, you don't really feel bad. I couldn't imagine living like that. And I know the goal of his channel is what this commenter was talking about. Watching your videos is helping me get my finances in order. And I mean, anybody who watches these type of clips and sees how insane they are is clearly on the right path for their future, because they're not going to turn into somebody like any of these clips that we've been talking about in this video. But it's still frustrating to watch nonetheless.
If he wasn't there, I would definitely go get a second job.
Would you?
Yeah.
He's taking care of you, though. He's taking care of you financially right now, even though his finances are. He's still taking care of the vast majority of the bills. Why do you feel no obligation to contribute to the household in any way whatsoever?
That's what pisses me off. You know, I've been paying rent for, how long? For like almost 2.5 years.
So you're 100% taking care of rent.
Yeah, like right now, yes.
Not 100%.
Why?
No, not 100%.
Okay, so
tell me what's real.
So when we first moved in together, I moved into her house. I wasn't, good at home, whatever. So I decided to move in with her.
me,
We moved in for a few months. Then we got an apartment, and we decided we're gonna go half. We're gonna go half on everything.
Yes.
And it was maybe 2 months in, and she couldn't afford it anymore. So for the rest of the whole lease, I was paying, what was it, like $1,200 by myself, and I wasn't making that much back then.
Yes,
it was-
he was paying rent for that, but I was helping with other stuff we needed outside of the rent.
What?
Food. I would
So
pick
it
up
was
any
rent and
slack that he
groceries.
had.
Slack?
Yeah. Wherever he needed. What he
Financially?
needed. If he needed something done with his car.
So it sounds like we were still essentially splitting the bills. We just took care of different parts.
Yeah, but like I also paid her back for all that stuff
Yeah, I mean,
too.
he doesn't see it
Did
that
you
way.
pay him back for rent then?
No.
No, I have not.
Absolutely
Are you
not.
supposed to?
No.
This became like a therapy session between this couple. I would just legitimately call it quits. I know a lot of divorces in the modern age are due to finances, and I don't know if they're married right now or they were just dating, but this one is just not going to work out. I could see it clear as day, and so could many people in the comments. Bro, run. She's 12 years older, and you're already doing better than her at 25. He's 25 and she's 37, and oh, that guy better run for the hills. He better cut his losses and get out of there. It's just not a good look. She's got him wrapped around her finger, turned into a relationship therapy talk show, and she talks down to him. Like there's no hope. He's got to get out of this or he's going to have a miserable life, a miserable broke life as well. It's not even like they're spending a whole bunch of money and there's a possibility of making a ton. Now the next clip here, I'm glad that at least he talked about it because I've talked about it on my channel, and at least comparing to a lot of the other stuff that I've put up has not really been pushed to the masses, even though at least that topic for me in that video was my favorite that I ever made, and that was talking about gambling addiction. I am the biggest hater when it comes to gambling. I absolutely hate it, and I hate that it's becoming so common and cool in many facets of our day-to-day life now. It's not just going to Vegas and seeing all the colors and the sounds and hitting the slot machine for like the experience, which isn't even the case anymore. I did go to Vegas a couple weeks ago and there are no slot machines. You're just clicking on a giant iPad now. It's not even cool looking. But I digress. Now, God forbid you only wanted to watch a sports game by itself. The amount of ads that are sports books and betting on it, how many free throws this person's gonna get, how many fouls or yellow cards this guy's gonna, it's not even just like a who will win this team or that team. It's so stupid. And so many people are becoming addicted because this is actually okay now, just in the gaming industry, gambling for children. You pay real money for FIFA packs and it's a complete gamble if you get a good or bad player. You could talk about games with skins, getting certain guns in the game. It is literally gambling for children that's legal. And then you're surprised you have so many people like this that legitimately turn into gambling addicts.
Obviously, we have some debt, we have some spending, but I want to ask you, give us, me, and the audience just a little background. What are we looking at here?
So a lot of my debt and stuff comes from my gambling.
At 22.
Yeah, well, I started when I was 15.
They allow that? 15-year-olds?
Well, no, but they didn't check my ID because I've always looked older.
Okay.
But
you don't look old.
Well, when I was younger, I looked
Actually, I
older.
have a similar haircut.
But I turned $5 into 200 at a blackjack table, and then ever since then, I've just kind of always wanted to keep trying to repeat that experience.
You're into debt for the gambling?
A lot of
Or
it.
because of the gambling?
A lot. Well, so what I would do is my American Express would allow me to send money, like Venmo money, to my friends off of my card, and then I would just have them give me cash.
Okay. So, what does this gambling look like today?
Kind of the same thing, but
How often are you gambling, and with how much, and what are you playing, and where, and why, and when, and what? Anything.
I don't know. You know, I like playing blackjack. I'll play it. I'll gamble on
Anywhere?
anything, anywhere. If I think I can make money, I'll bet money towards it.
How often?
Lately, it's been like maybe once every other week for like big time gambling trips where I'm going to be spending, a couple $100 to a couple $1,000. But a lot of times
Every other week? So like $4,000 a month?
Well, I don't always lose, sometimes you win.
Yeah, but net, have you lost or won?
Well, I've lost quite a bit.
But that's all your income. That's all your income with both your jobs. If you lose it all, net, have you lost more or won more?
Lost more.
Okay, so it's not about sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. Net, you've lost, so you've lost.
I never claimed to be a good gambler.
No, of course not. But that if it's really $2,000 a week, every other week.
I mean,
Wait, I did
on
52, didn't I?
the top end, it's not always that much, and I don't always lose all the money, but
That's wild. So you're clearly addicted?
oh yeah, definitely can't get away from it. And like me and my buddies, even when I'm not like going to the casinos and gambling, the bigger chunks of money, like I feel like once a week we're hosting like poker nights where we buy in for, $20-$40 between 10 guys, and then we play like tournament style. like a winner takes all. Or
I like to make the comparison just like I did in my gambling video. I should honestly just make another. I don't really care if it gets a whole bunch of views or doesn't. I just want more people to realize that it's like not cool to be addicted to gambling. Over the past like what, 2 years, vaping and like Juul has gotten absolutely annihilated by everybody in the press. They're making it seem like it's worse than like smoking cigarettes, because surprise, surprise, the thing that was supposed to get you off cigarettes that were causing cancer also cause cancer and get you highly addicted. So there's been tons of rules, like you can't even really get Juuls anymore, and like it's difficult to get vape stuff in like normal stores and the age and all of that, right? A whole bunch of restrictions, which I agree with, but getting kids hooked on gambling by like 12, 13 years old, packs or crates or just boxes in video games, when it's just a common thing that kids will steal their parents' credit card to buy crap online like that. How is that not already an addiction? So you go through their entire life, and I mean, people are stealing money from family members, doing crazy illegal things to get money just to lose it again in the casino. They become alcoholics because of it, and tons of people end up killing themselves. So how is it not just as dangerous as the vapes, as Juul, just like getting cancer? I mean, people are also dying from this, but this is just like a normal okay thing. There are billboards everywhere, commercials all over the place on bet on this game, do the lottery, get these loot boxes in video games. It's way too common, and I absolutely hate it. This is the last one we're doing. I can't handle this anymore. This is a dumb one, but also I would say pretty common in my generation and the generation over me. Maybe not in the way of debt, but just kind of wasting money in my opinion, but we'll just roll the clip.
So what's going on with your finances? What's happening? Where are we today?
I get a lot of tattoos, and I've spent a lot of money on these tattoos in the past year.
That's your financial life, is tattoos?
No, so that is like one big expense of area that I've spent a lot of my money.
What are you talking about? How much that I asked about your finances, and you say I've spent a lot on tattoos.
I guess like if you like break it down, all of my income is going towards like those credit card payments, which is
the
primarily
minimums.
The minimums, yeah.
Why are you in so much credit card debt? How about that?
The tattoos.
No.
I put okay.
The first one we're gonna look at is $8,621 with a $326 minimum monthly payment. That is all tattoo debt. That's all
Not
tattoo
all
debt.
of it. Not all of it. I've put about 10,000 on tattoos in the past year.
In the past year?
Yeah.
Whoa, now I know why you said it. That's insane.
Yeah.
$10,000?
Yeah. And then
in tattoos? None of them even have color.
This one has some color.
It's a little blue.
Just a little bit.
You have a salt shaker, okay?
It's one of my favorites.
Why $10,000 in the last year on tattoos?
I just kept getting them.
No, why?
Because they look cool.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Subjective, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. My dad isn't a big fan.
I'm not a fan of tattoos. I understand in certain situations, people getting them. I personally don't think I'll ever get one. But around my age and a little bit older, it became the cool thing to do to be different. But then when everybody gets like shitty tattoos of salt shakers and crap like that, you're not different. You all end up looking the same. And then a lot of these people, the more tattoos they get, that just becomes their personality. They're like the weird guy with a whole bunch of tattoos all over his body. I bet a lot of people who are watching this video like tattoos and probably don't like my comments, but I really don't care. It's just like he said, it's subjective. And if you're getting yourself into $10,000 worth of debt just to get those tattoos, then you shouldn't get them in the first place. You don't have enough money to. But man, did this video turn south. At the beginning of this, I was like, oh, this is gonna be another funny video. We're gonna be able to laugh. It's more entertainment than anything. Obviously, we could learn to not be like these people, but throughout this whole thing, I have been genuinely angry at some of the decisions that these people make. So yeah, we're done with this one. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you thought of this video, but hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, and I will talk to you guys later.